All right. Well, thank you all so much for including us in Taco Tuesday. It's I believe, our first Taco Tuesday, or at least mine, and we're really excited to be here. My name is Melissa Mazza, and I'm a senior account manager at Bloomsbury Digital Resources, and I actually handle Wisconsin as part of my territory, but I newly took over working with WiLS directly. So this is a great opportunity to meet you all, and I thought I would just give a quick overview of what we have to offer at BDR since it's our first time here. So at a quick glance, we have 4 basic areas where we have offerings for libraries. We have our ebooks and collections. Our most popular probably platform is our Drama Online resource. We have our Fashion Central hub, and then we also have the rest of our digital resources, which we like to think of as our subject-oriented hubs. One-stop shops cover specific topics in a variety of areas. So first, just to talk about Bloomsbury collections, we offer these at the collection level by subject and year. We have individual titles, and we also do offer evidence-based acquisition purchasing. It's fully customizable, and we do offer our ebooks through Gobi, Oasis, and Rialto. So hopefully that can streamline some of the purchasing for your library. We do have over 11,000 titles across humanities and social sciences, get this out of the way, and visual arts as well as law. There's a variety of imprints included like Hart, T&T Clark, IP Taurus, and all of our ebooks are DRM free with unlimited user concurrency, with chapter level downloading and print functionality. And in September, we just recently decided to add about 400 supplemental textbooks that are available on the title by title basis. So these minor textbooks can now be used in the classroom freely through the library on an unlimited basis. Next, we have, as I mentioned, Drama Online, one of our most popular resources. And this is a resource that we offer at the collection level. So you can pick and choose which collections best suit your institution's needs. And they're available via subscription or perpetual access. Just to show the list of collections we currently have available, I won't go through all of them here, but we do have different content types that they're grouped into. We have play text, scholarly works, audio plays. We have a variety of video play collections, and then we do have a masterclass in Shakespeare. Some of the newer collections that went live recently was the National Theatre Collection 2, which will have a total of 20 new video performances, and the Stratford Festival Shakespeare Collection. And then coming in 2022, we have a Theatre Communications Group play text collection that we're pretty excited about. We did recently redesign our Drama Online resource, hopefully a little easier to navigate, a little more aesthetically pleasing. So it houses the 23 collections we have to offer, as well as all the additional resources we have to supplement the collections that we have. And I'll just quickly show you a couple of the tools that we have that make this such a useful resource for your patrons. So for each play text, there's a landing page that will have the metadata and different information and abstract or an overview about the play. And then once you go into the play reader, all of the pagination, when you highlight over the text, will pop up, and it will show you which page the where you're at matches in the print. So you can use that for referring back and forth, for referring to a syllabus. You can jump through the different acts and scenes using the table of contents, searching by page number, or you can even search within the play, and footnotes pop up as you're reading. So you don't have to scroll through and try to go back and forth and find your place. We also do have our character grid and word and speech graph, which is useful for students who are looking for performance to see if they can hold multiple characters, how much a character is talking within different acts and scenes, the word count in different speeches. Is going to be useful for students who are looking to audition or just compare how different characters are talking throughout. So it's just a great little way to see how the characters interact within a certain play. And then with our video content, all of our videos are closed captioned. And then we also have a scrolling transcript that auto scrolls as the play is running on your video. And you can search within the transcript as well. And you can also create clips, which is useful for presentations or showing bits and pieces in a classroom so that you can show the parts you want to highlight to your students. And then all of the videos, plays, et cetera, have a bunch of different taxonomy terms that help narrow down searches and the like. And it's great because with Drama Online, we limit the search functionality to only show the results of collections that you own. So there's not a lot of confusion of what you can see and what you can't. So just to quickly look at the Fashion Central offerings, we're also redesigning this resource, which will go live in December, and it houses 5 of our fashion resources. So the hub and our probably most popular fashion resources is the Berg Fashion Library from the renowned Berg imprint, and it houses the Berg Encyclopedia of World Dress and Fashion as the core, and it's enhanced with ebooks, other reference works. There's I think over 10,000 images, museum directories, exhibition archives, and timeline, world map, etc. So it's a great one-stop reference point for research across the history and the global scope of fashion. We also have the Fairchild Books Library, which houses over 170 fashion textbooks, many of which are supplemented by teaching resources as well as resources for students that we call our studio resources. And they have flashcards, multiple choice quizzes, and the like. And having these fashion textbooks available on an unlimited basis through the library has been really great. We've heard a lot of positive feedback offering textbooks in that way. The Bloomsbury Fashion Business Cases resource has a variety of different business cases that can be used both in the business program, but also looking at the business of fashion, which issues the industry is facing. There's a variety of case types, lengths, how complex they are, real world versus made up cases. So it's a really great way to just look at that aspect of fashion industry. And then lastly, we have I like to think of them as sister resources, the Fashion Photography Archive and the Fashion Video Archive. And both of these are curated by Valerie Steele, who is the director of the museum at FIT. And it looks at the grand time of the fashion show between the late 70s and the early 2000s with a ton of images that are digitized for the first time. Some of them are exclusive. And they're all tagged with a bunch of metadata. So it's a really valuable resource, both for inspiration, for research, and for just looking at, how materials drape across the body and things like that. So it's a great resource for students who are studying fashion as well as researchers. And then the last area, as I mentioned, this is a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of resources, but we have many different subject hubs across a variety of areas. So we have things from architecture to medieval studies to screen studies, and all of these individual resources have a variety of content types all in one place, which is why we like to think of them as our hub. There's reference works, ebooks, images, timelines, etc. So all of these are a great resource into looking at these specific subject areas across the Bloomsbury publishing portfolio. I just wanted to take a minute to quickly highlight what went live in the last year. Some of these you may have heard about, or maybe you haven't heard about them quite yet. The first, we launched a music and sound hub. So our Bloomsbury popular music resource moved over to the new hub, and we launched a new collection that is in partnership with Taylor & Francis called Sound Studies. And it's one of the only resources focused on this specific area of music studies. We launched Bloomsbury History, Theory, and Method, which is the first digital resource dedicated to the study of historiography, and we commissioned a lot of content from different scholars around the world. We launched our Bloomsbury Philosophy Library Hub, which our Encyclopedia of Philosophers now sits on, and we also added very specific, smaller collections like the History of Modern Aesthetics. And then lastly, and the one that's been getting a lot of attention since it just went live, we have 2 new collections that joins our Theology and Religion online resource, the Anchor Yale Bible Dictionary and Anchor Yale Bible Commentaries, a lot of which digitized for the first time. And they join our T&T Clark Theology Library and the Jesus Library, the Bloomsbury Religion in North America collection, and our Library of Catholic Thought collection, all available individually. And the Jerome Biblical Commentary, the new one, is also part of the Library of Catholic Thought collection. So it's very exciting for us. And then just to go over quickly just the general features and benefits of all of our resources. As I mentioned several times, unlimited access, DRM free, subscription or perpetual access purchasing. We do offer access usually via IP address, proxy, shibboleth. We can do username and password. Our statistics are Counter 5 compliant. We have an admin portal where you can pull these statistics yourself, or I can always pull them for you. We have trials if you'd like to take a look at any or all of our resources. We do have open URL linking, DOIs at the chapter level. We do have MARC and KBART records, institutional logo display. We conform to all accessibility standards that are current. And then we do have promotional materials. We know how important it is sometimes to bring these to attention to your patrons. So on each of our websites, we do have posters and flyers you can download. We can offer training and demos. We have some walkthrough videos coming. So there's a lot of ways that we can support you. And we can also add something if you have a request. We can work with marketing to get that to you. And then the last thing I just wanted to say, we were so excited to be here. So we are offering an additional 5% off on all of our Bloomsbury digital resources when you request a quote through your WiLS representative. Just mention Taco Tuesday through February 15th, and you can have that additional 5% off. And I just wanted to put my contact information on the screen. Please feel free to reach out to me or to WiLS if you have any questions. And thank you so very much for including me in Taco Tuesday.
Thank you, Melissa. What a great presentation, and like timing was impeccable. I could hear your little alarm letting you know that you were right on time. That was perfect. I am always excited to see just the breadth of resources available. I have to say, I don't know if I've ever taken much of a dive, kind of a deeper dive into like drama online. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't realize just how much cool stuff there is beyond just seeing the text and that kind of grid of like which characters are sharing the stage or having the text while you're actually watching a recording. So that's pretty cool. And I could imagine, you know, we always talk about this sort of thing, but you can certainly envision like cross-discipline use for a lot of these tools. You know, fashion resources are great for a fashion department, but they can also be really useful like in your history department, right? You're looking at kind of clothing trends over time, that kind of thing, right?
Definitely, yeah. Many of our resources are multidisciplinary in that way. So they can go into history classes, cultural studies, law, etc. So it's really great. And they work across a multitude of courses.
Well, that's really fantastic. So thank you for joining us, and thanks for offering a little extra cherry on top discount for those people who were able to come today. So we'll keep an eye out for quote requests or trial requests and send them along to you.